What is the best piece of advice for corporate growth? Well, I want to share the same advice which I got back when I started my career. It was not even a full time job, I was still in college. I'm talking about 2008. Now, in the first 2 months, I created a record of sort in the sales. In the first 28 days, I had given 52 sales. It was a job where we were supposed to take calls. I was dialing for AIG, American International Group, and I was also required to do some research work. So my performance was a record of sort on the floor, and people talked about me. Who is this young guy who is doing very well? And it actually flattered me a lot. And I went on delivering better and better. And in the first 2 months, I gave a record number of sales, to the extent that I used to offer my sales to my colleagues so that it could give them incentives. Now, at the end of 2 months, I went to it got to my head success, and I went to the HR's cabin and talked to the senior HR and said, "Hey, I have given a record number of sales. I'm the best performer on the floor. Where are my incentive bonus amounts? I deserve more money than all these people, my supervisors who are supervising me, and I know more than them," and something like this. So it's here that the HR head, he gave me an advice which I'm not able to forget, because it was so practical advice. It was so simple, practical, and realistic advice. He said, "I can see you. I can see the fire in your eyes, see the passion, that you are very, very ambitious. Now, it's good to be ambitious, but for ambitious people like you, there are only three ways to excel. Number one, if you are very rich, if you are born rich, if your dad is very rich, just ask him to send you abroad in some top level premier university, or even you could start something of your own. Why work here? You could create your own work and give job to others if you are very rich." I said, "No, in this category I'm not falling. Of course, I'm not very rich. I'm middle class," which is what brings him to the second category. Okay, so you can give some competitive exams, some national level tough competitive exams, like he was talking about CAT or GMAT or something like that. So he said, do exceptionally well and stay ahead of others. So automatically you get ahead of others. So you will be earning at the end of this course. If you get admission in this some premier university, you will start earning in months what your fellow colleagues will be earning in years. Automatically, this is arithmetic. We all know the importance of Ivy League and how the salary difference it creates in the next 5 to 10 years. I said, "No, I am not good with writing exams. I might be good in academics, but I'm not good in cracking competitive exams. That's a different skill set, I think, altogether. It's a different debate. I'm not going into that." But I said, "I'm not simply falling in this second category," which is when he said, "You are in the third category, my friend." And 95% of the people, all of us, we fall in the third category. And the third category people have only one way left: work hard, selflessly, relentlessly for 2 years. Selflessly, one-sided. You have to tirelessly work for the company without asking for return in the first 2 months, 3 months, the way you have come to me. No, 2 months is not quite the right way to claim a badge of honor. It's just too early. You are still too young, and you are still untested. Now, back then I did not like that advice, and today when I look at it, I think it was a very realistic and practical advice. See where you are falling in the three categories that we have just talked about. If you are very rich, you don't even need to do a job. Come on, just do something creative in life, or you create your own job, create your own startup, put your money, or you can directly get admission in some top level universities. If you're not in that category too, if you are very good in academics, prepare for some high level exams like GMAT, GRE, or I don't know what all exams are there in different countries. So that is a better way to stay ahead of others. Third category, if you are not falling in the first two categories, as I said, 90% of the people are actually falling in this third category. Do not become a complaint box and approach the management. "I have given best performance in the first month, in the first 2 months." No, that's a bit too juvenile. That's not quite the best way to claim that I deserve this, I deserve more bonus, more increment than others. So the best way is to work hard for minimum 2 years, minimum 2 years, 2 to 3 years, and you will see that almost all the companies, if you work tirelessly, relentlessly hard for 2 to 3 years, they will start rewarding you. Even if in the starting phase you feel that you are not being given your due, there is a lot of politics in the office, your performance is being subdued, and and in one way or the other they are trying to undermine your performance. No, you will see that in the next coming months, after the end of 2 to 3 years time, they have a meltdown. This is human nature. So if you're not following the first two categories, do not start fighting with the management within the first 2 3 months. 2 3 months is just too early. Like the way I was saying, in the 2 months in the first month I gave 52 sales. In 2 months time I have given 89 sales. No, this is not the best way to claim that I'm the best. So the best way is to just go tirelessly working and gain knowledge. In the first 6 months or 1 year, more than claiming that I'm performing, it's a time to gain knowledge, to grow. Even in the course of performance, these days they're talking about the concept called learning the flow of work. So even during the flow of work, what is the daily learning you are getting? That is a better way of growth. And at the end of 2 years, you will see that every sane company will actually give you what you truly, duly deserve. So this is, I think, something which needs to be passed on to others. Uh, uh, at least to the freshers who are just starting and during the initial stage of their career, because I do not want others to do the same mistake which I did, because my battery somehow gets you know discharged after 6 months, 8 months of good performance, and after 1 year I just claim, no, I need to leave this company because they're not rewarding me. No, they will reward you if you at least stretch it to 1.5 years, 2 years, because it's very complicated. This race of competition, more so for ambitious people, the race becomes very complicated, which is where patience and perseverance come into the picture to separate you from the others. So yeah, for third category people, the way to go is to tirelessly, relentlessly work for minimum 2 years with patience and perseverance, and then you will see that you will start getting ahead of others in the race, slowly, mile by mile.